everybody, my name is TechRail, and it is December, so, I think I need to spruce this little place up a bit, so, hold on a second. Lights off. Okay, and then, just put that there, just, place that, okay, I think we're all good. Lights on. Hey, look at that, it's all Christmas! It's Christmassy! Welcome to the Blues Clues News Christmas special, sort of, unless there's another video of Blues Clues News before Christmas, with more Christmassy stuff, which I doubt, but, knowing my luck, now that I've said that, it will happen. But for now, Christmas special! Woo! So yes, welcome to another episode of Blues Clues News. Before we get on to the news, couple things that I need to get out of the way first. First off, something unfortunate. Yeah, you know that Blues Clues new episode 1 through 3 reaction that I said it had a good chance of being taken down? It got taken down. It got blocked by Viacom, because of course it did. I mean, it was technically fair use, I think, but you know how YouTube is with its detection system, so, from the beginning it was already risky. It was, likely to happen, so I'm not really too annoyed, just sort of like, yeah, of course it did happen, so, yeah. I will be getting it up somewhere soon, looking into a few options, and then I will post a video redirecting you to a link where you can watch it again, but for now, it's kind of lost to the earth, so, sorry for the inconvenience. It's, you know how YouTube can be. Secondly, the 700 subscriber Q&A special is coming, although there's a slight change to it. So of course I'm still doing the Q&A part, but as I've realized, I've kind of very much passed 700 subscribers. You see, when I made that video, I was at 693, so I was 7 away, and now I'm at 761 subscribers. So, oof, I'm late. Thanks to everyone, of course, for subscribing, although you kinda junked up my stuff, but it's okay. It's totally okay. I'm not mad at you for subscribing. Thank you. More people should. Wink, wink. But, it's good. I'm actually going to rename the video, so it's no longer going to technically be the 700 subscriber special, because I realized, since I'm going to be posting it soon, I can post it on a very specific day that has some significance to the channel. That day would be this Friday, the 13th, which happens to be Diddlebox's 3-year anniversary. Can you believe? I've been going for 3 years, and I'm not planning on stopping. I'm going to call the Q&A now the 3-year anniversary special Q&A. I would name it both the 700 subscriber and anniversary Q&A, but that'd be a very long, unfortunately annoying title, so I'm just gonna stick with the 3-year thing, especially because 700 was a weird number to celebrate to begin with, so I don't think it's gonna be missed in terms of, the title thing. It's still gonna be the same video regardless, so I don't think it matters too much what it's titled, so I'm gonna go with the 3-year thing. So, yeah, just gonna avoid all the confusion now, or maybe I just added to it. Anyways, that'll be coming this Friday. And lastly, just something that I feel is kind of worth mentioning, even though it feels a little braggy to talk about. So, recently, I posted this little video over on my Instagram. It's snowing, and we're going to bring gifts and love to all of our friends. You may recognize that as a cover of the song from Blues Big Holiday, which I did because it was snowing outside, and, the song is relevant to snowing, of course. And, so I posted that to Instagram, and, Steve Burns saw it. What? But that's not all, because Josh Dela Cruz also saw it, and they both liked and commented. So, I just thought, that was kind of worth mentioning, because that's pretty cool. Again, I hate bragging about it, but I mean, we talk about Blues Clues here. It felt like it was relevant, so, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. One more thing. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's all of it. So, now that we've done talking about some little updates and some slight bragging, let's get on to the news. Starting off, we have something a little irrelevant by now because it's kind of already passed, but since I, brought it up in the last Blues Clues news, feel like I should probably bring it up now. Josh played at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, as I mentioned, with the big, adorable blue float, which was, well, big and adorable, and, he sang a song, nothing that anyone would have expected, because the song he sang was a Blues Clues-inspired parody of What I Like About You, titled what I like about Blue. You can't make this stuff up. It was an amazingly adorable parody. Josh sang it amazingly. Can I use the word amazingly anymore? Probably not. But yeah, it was a really good, playthrough song. I don't know. Stop judging my words. It was a really good parody. I would love to see more parodies of, like, songs, but, like, with Blue's Clues related lyrics. I hope they do that more. Because I don't think that's ever been done. I've never seen, like, especially, in its official form. This is an official parody. So I hope they do a lot more of these, because it was very entertaining. But, yeah, if you haven't heard it, I will leave a link in the description below, along with all the news that I can source. So, yeah, check it out if you haven't already. It's really, really good. And it'll be catchy, and it'll stick in your head for weeks, despite it not being Thanksgiving. So, you're welcome. Next up, a rumor that was brought up in a past episode of Blue's Clues News officially becomes true as Nickelodeon greenlights Season 2 of Blue's Clues New. Yeah, boys, we're getting a second season. And rightfully so. The show so far has been doing really, really well. At least for me and a lot of the people I know. And yeah, it's doing really good, the show. And we're finally getting a second season. I say finally. We aren't even done with Season 1. But I still already need more. So, yes. But that's not all. The article has a little interesting tidbit of information. The second season of Blue's Clues New will have Josh and Blue taking on brand new adventures with friends old and new. The new season will also feature special appearances by Steve Burns, Joe, Donovan Patton, and Josh's Lola, Carolyn Faye, his grandmother. I'm sorry, what? Yes, it would seem that Josh is getting a grandmother in this series, which is definitely fascinating to think about. The question would be from here, what episode would she show up in? What does this mean for, a future episode? Of course it could be an original episode, but based on the fact that we've gotten a lot of remakes, and the fact that I know that there's an episode of Blue's Clues, the original series with the grandma, there's a chance that this could mean a remake of Blue's Big Treasure Hunt. Of course, in that episode, Steve's grandma is the answer to Blue's Clues, so maybe Josh's grandma will be the answer to this episode. Or again, possibly an original episode. There's no real strong evidence towards either. Right now we're just sort of going off of theories. But yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting. For the next bit of news, we need to take a look at a video called Nick Jr. Fall Songs, Thanksgiving with Bubble Guppies, Dora, and all your friends, Nick Jr. We have a little shot from Blue's Birthday, the remake that we know is going to be coming up at some point. And funnily enough, this shot has a bit of a history with me. I have a story to go along with this, so if you don't mind indulging me for a second. You see, once upon a time in late September, this commercial that is in this video, came up on my TV, and for a very split second, in my peripheral vision, I saw this shot. So, I was really excited. I wanted to show the people over on my server and, be like, oh my god, look at this shot. Look, Joe's gonna be at Blue's birthday party. So I looked at my TV and I stared at it and I waited and waited and waited for this commercial to come back up, and it never did. Like, ever. Like, I could not find this commercial again. They started putting up another Nick Jr. Fall commercial, but it was not this one. So I was, like, scouring the internet. This went on for, like a month long, just, like, of searching for this one freaking shot. And I never found it until this video came up. So, thank you, Nick Jr., for driving me absolutely bonkers. As for the shot itself, it does show Joe at Blue's party. Of course, still no Steve, which is still very, very upsetting. But, it's what, I'm sure there's a reason. In other news, we also see the paw print cake taking on a new form in this reboot. It looks really good. I dare even say it looks a little bit better and cooler than the original one. So sorry, original one. But this one is very colorful and has rainbows and looks really nice. So, yeah, sorry. But yeah, for a shot that drove me crazy, there's not really much to be said about this clip. So, yeah, moving on. Alright. Who's ready to mess with some continuity? Me. I'm always ready to mess with the continuity. Yay! So, on, the Alexis is Joy, or the Alex is Joy, however you pronounce this Twitter handle. Twitter? Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm confused. Anyways, if you go on this Instagram person's profile, you will see this picture somewhere along the line where, as you can see, there is some Blue's Clues merch, which is pretty awesome. But the real interesting bit is in the background behind her, where you can see, we've seen this promo picture before, but now, suddenly, Magenta has her glasses. What? Yes, it seems that Magenta finally has her glasses back after so far, in the 8 episodes we've gotten so far, they've just been kind of absent completely. Which is strange, very strange, so why are they here? Well, that would connect to the next piece of news we have. That piece of news being this, an episode listing coming this Friday, surprisingly enough, on the 3-year anniversary of Diddlebox, which, thank you, Nick Jr., for accidentally giving me a little anniversary present. But yes, this episode, titled, Getting Glasses with Magenta. So, you can see where the continuity starts to take a bit of a dip in a very concerning way. But let's read the description. It's an exciting day for Magenta because she is getting glasses. A special game of Blue and Magenta's clues reveals what Magenta definitely wants to do when she gets her glasses. Meeting Dr. Eileen. Get it? 'Cause eye puns. But, yeah, there's a lot to break down here. One, the fact that Magenta is going to be getting her glasses again, considering the fact that she should have already had glasses up until now, considering that this is, a continuation of the original series. So it's a bit concerning that they're doing this over again, but unlike the whole turquoise situation, this one can actually be explained a bit easier in, less of a stretch of a way. You see, there's a chance that maybe she did have glasses, but maybe they broke, or maybe she needs a new prescription or something like that. Maybe it's just sort of a checkup and she's just gonna get, some new glasses because her old ones aren't working as well. And maybe that's why she's really excited, because originally, Magenta was very nervous to get glasses, I believe. So this time, maybe she's excited because she's already done it once, and now she's getting new glasses as opposed to just getting glasses for the first time. And, yeah, that would help explain the fact that she's getting them, even though she's already got them. So, here's hoping. And maybe, the fact that they could be broken could explain why she hasn't had them up until this point, and she's just been waiting for her appointment to get new ones. So, yeah, just here's hoping we don't mess up even more continuity, because that turquoise thing has already still got me a little worried for continuity. So, yeah. The second thing to really notice about this piece of news is that it says Blue and Magenta's clues. So we're gonna have sort of a dual game of Blue's Clues, but how does that work? Do they, leave one paw print at a time? Does, is it just going to be Magenta's clues, but, we're calling it Blue and Magenta's clues because it's a Blue's game, but Magenta's paw prints? How is it going to work? Well, there was a little commercial that came up on Nick Jr. that didn't drive me crazy because I was able to get quite easily, luckily this time, that explains how this is going to work. We have this shot from the commercial, which, yeah, the paw prints are just kind of like stacked onto each other, which I don't really know how I feel about, if I'm completely honest. Here's the thing, it's cute. It is cute. But at the same time, Magenta's paw print takes up so much real estate on the screen. She like completely almost covers Blue's paw print, that to the point where it's like, why even have it be Blue and Magenta's clues, Like, why couldn't it have just been Magenta's clues? I feel like that kind of would have worked better. Again, especially because, her paw print already takes such precedent that, like, why even bother with the second one? It's not a big deal. I really am nitpicking here, so it's not a huge issue. If I was personally working at Nick Jr. in the Blue's Clues new division, I think I would have just said, hey, if Magenta's paw print is going to be so on the screen, we might as well just get rid of Blue's paw print, make it just Magenta's clues. Blue's clues, we already do that every day. Let Magenta have her spot in this, the spotlight, you know what I mean. Yeah. This pitch meeting wouldn't go well. This is why I don't work at Nick Jr. But yeah, despite the fact that I have a little bit of issue with it, it's still really cute that they're going to be doing this dual paw print thing. Again, even though you can barely see Blue's paw print, so what's the point? Anyways, yeah, so that's coming this Friday. So, we'll see how that goes. And we'll see, hopefully, if it's going to mess with continuity, which here's hoping it doesn't. Next next up we have the piece of news that really starts to make this the Blue's Clues New holiday/Christmas special episode. That being Blue's Clues New Films Holiday Episode. Oh my god. Yes, it would seem that we're getting a holiday-themed episode, and we even have some, little behind-the-scenes shots to show us what we have in store. So let's take a look at those. First of all, we have a set of storyboards, plus a actual shot of them on set, them being Steve and Josh. So this could potentially be Steve's first shot, or this is at least the first time we're seeing Steve on set with Josh, as opposed to just being on the phone in the episode. So yeah, that is definitely exciting. There's a chance that this might be the first time it happens. Maybe they want to wait for Christmas for him to come over. But either way, it's really cool to see Steve actually on set with Josh, even though they both look miserable. I'm just going to assume that this is early, or they're just, bored waiting to shoot. I just find it really amusing seeing two amazing child icons just look dead inside. The second shot we have is of Josh in these awesome looking pajamity jams, which is my weird way of saying pajamas. Pajamity jams, pajam jams, PJs, whatever you want to call them, they look awesome. I love the blue stripe look, the candy canes, the reindeer slippers. It's adorable. I want it. I want these pajamas. Give me them. Have a contest. Just give me a chance to own these. I would wear them every single day for the rest of my life. I mean, honestly. I love the Blue's Clues pajamas that they create in the show. I loved Steve's pajamas. I love Joe's pajamas. I love Josh's pajamas. I want them all. I want to wear them interchangeably every day of my life. But yeah, back to the Christmas aspect, or rather the holiday aspect, but actually the Christmas aspect. Why am I going back and forth? Because, well, the article says holiday episode, but it definitely seems more catered to Christmas than anything. In the first shot, you see Steve in this Santa Claus-esque outfit. We see a Christmas tree in the background, and as I just noted with Josh's pajamas, he has candy cane buttons and reindeer slippers, specifically Rudolph slippers. So it seems like it's very, very Christmassy, which is strange because we've never really had a Christmas episode of Blue's Clues before. We've gotten holiday episodes, and, times that they've mentioned Christmas's existence, but they themselves, the hosts, the people in the Blue's Clues house, never really, celebrated a specific Christmassy holiday. It was just kind of a very wintry holiday, very generic thing, which was most likely in order to be able to include everyone, be vague so that they're not really committing to anything. But this time around, it really does seem like they're really jumping the gun and flying straight into Christmas, which I don't have a problem with because I love Christmas. I celebrate Christmas. If my new overlay shows anything, it's that. But, yeah, so I find it very strange. But, I think it'll be fine either way. I hope no one is gonna make a big fuss about this. They shouldn't. It's fine. Christmas episodes of shows are a staple these days, so I don't think Blue's Clues should get in trouble for this. I don't see why they would, really. But, hopefully everyone still enjoys the episode, even if they don't, celebrate Christmas themselves. And I'm sure they are going to represent the other holidays like they usually do, so it should all be good in the end. But yeah, I just find it a little strange that they're actually doing Christmas, itself, which, I'm kind of really excited for, because we've never gotten a Christmas episode, and that's awesome. Continuing with the Christmas vibe, we get in this Nick Jr. Christmassy commercial a couple of other shots regarding Blue's Clues and Christmas. We have Joe coming over, hugging Josh, and he's wearing this, Christmassy outfit, including the presents on his shirt that are usually of various colors, looking sort of candy cane Christmas-esque. We have Steve coming over and looking Christmassy, and then we even have Josh at the end saying Happy Holidays. So this is all nice, so you can assume that this is going to be in the Christmas episode, except I don't think it will be. Here's the thing. This Christmas episode, from what I hear, has only, been, filmed recently, or, is still being filmed, possibly, so we're not gonna get it for a while. This is going to be a Season 2 thing, so, what are we gonna do until then? Why are they showing us bits of it now, if it's not going to happen for a really long while? Well, the thing is, remember around Halloween when we got those Halloween, Blue's Clues bumpers that we thought was going to equate to a Halloween episode, but just ended up being commercials? I think that's going to happen here as well. Now, let me reiterate, I'm not saying that there isn't a Christmas episode, but I'm saying that the bits that we're seeing in this commercial specifically, I think, are just going to be commercial bumpers, for this Christmas season, in order to tie us over, until we actually do get the episode sometime next year. I don't have any hard proof, but, if you look at these shots, they're all at the front door. And they all seem a little bit, specifically framed, especially this last shot of Josh with the, the reused blue animation. It seems very promo-y, especially the way he just sort of says Happy Holidays to the camera. It doesn't feel like a natural Blue's Clues episode, any of these shots, really. And the fact that they took place at the door, just like a lot of the Halloween promos did, leads me to believe that, yes, these are going to be promos. These are going to be, Halloween, Christmas bumpers. That's just my take on the matter. Could be true, could be false. Don't really know yet. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Moving on to the final piece of news for today, and it's quite an interesting one. On the Instagram Glee.Dango, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but there's this young voice actress who's posting about the roles that she's done on various Blue's Clues episodes that are coming up, or that have already happened. So we have 4 episodes that she listed, and 2 of them are episodes that we haven't even seen yet. I'm sorry, wait, never mind, there's 3. I was wrong. I'm such a professional. So we have ABCs with Blue and Sad Day with Blue, where she was, various kids as well as Orange Kitten. And then the 3 episodes that we haven't seen yet and that are coming up at some point, we assume, are Colors Everywhere with Blue, Pajama Party with Blue, and Costume Party with Blue. So, wow. Now, Colors Everywhere, we sort of had an inkling might happen because Josh did do a cover of the song from Colors Everywhere a while back in a video that went up on the Nick Jr. channel. But the other 2 are just completely out of left field. Nobody expected or thought that those were going to even, be thought of, let alone be remade. So those are definitely interesting. Now, this isn't definitive proof. I believe this person is, I believe this girl is the voice actress. So I'm not saying I doubt the validity of the account. I'm just, until we get official proof, it's hard to say. But I think it's, at the same time, it seems pretty legit, so I think it's safe to say that these episodes are probably going to be coming sometime in the future, which is really, really cool. We may even get a sneak peek of those pajamity jams. Yeah, I'm gonna say it even weirder this time, those pajamas that Josh was wearing in the Christmas episode early, just without the candy cane buttons and probably with different slippers. But, nothing much else to say about those other than the fact that they are coming, and that does sort of confirm even more remakes, which is a touch concerning, because we're still looking out for those original episodes. But actually, if I go back to a previous piece of news to talk about something that I realize now that I've forgotten to talk about, it kind of ties into the fact of, helping out potentially with this concern of no new episodes, no new original episodes. So let's go back to this piece of news where we talked about getting glasses with Magenta and look at the episode that's listed right above. Now, the title of this episode isn't shown here, but later on, past the point that this picture was taken, it was revealed that this title would be Growing with Blue, and the episode description is as such. Josh, Blue, and their friends learn that everything grows in different ways, like fruits, vegetables, people, and Blue too. A game of Blue's Clues reveals what game Blue wants to play outside. Now, upon first read, you would think that there's a good chance that this episode is going to be The Grow Show, which was an episode where they talked about growing and planting and that type of thing in the original series, very early in the original series too. But the thing is, the game in that episode of Blue's Clues was different than the game of Blue's Clues here. The original game of Blue's Clues was what does Blue want to do outside, but in this episode, it's what game does Blue want to play outside, which sound kind of similar, but at the same time are very different questions. And I feel like in the original episode, again, I could be kind of wrong, but I don't remember people growing being a subject of that episode as much as plants. So there's a good chance that this episode, while it seems like it could be a remake of a past episode, might be an original one. Or at the very least, very least, an original clue set. A new clue set implanted. Is that the word I want to use? We'll say inserted into a remake of an old episode. Either way, it definitely seems like it's taking a different route than most of the remakes we've had so far. So at the very least, even if this is a remake, it's still throwing a curveball, quite a big curveball, because so far the only real curveball we've had in terms of changing things like majorly was the change of the clue from the camera to a phone in Playdate with Magenta. So even if it's being remade, we're still getting something new technically, which is definitely going to be interesting to see. So we'll have to stay tuned for that episode to see what could possibly be going on with it. So, yeah. Well, that is about it for all the news for today. Looks like we have a lot to look forward to, given Christmas episodes and new remakes and, episode this coming Friday. And some things to be worried about in the continuity realm of thinking. So, yeah, we have a lot to look at this coming week and month and however long it takes for these other episodes to come out. But yeah. As always, before the episode ends, I'd like to give a little shout out to the peeps over at the Blues Clues News Discord server. Still private, don't come asking if you can join, because, yeah, it's private. So, get out. Not to be rude, but get out. But anyways, yes, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be the 3-year anniversary special, so see you then.